Hi Jess. This is going to be a video lesson for you today. We will pick up where we left off, which was, I think, rockets and also fifths. We'll try fifths there. Um, it might be a bit tricky because we are actually playing two different things because I don't have your book here, but I think it should be fairly easy for you to follow along at home because it's same-ish concept. So it's gonna be just like me playing some songs, um, talking through things. I'll see if there's any songs that are the same. Not really. So it'll be more of me talking and you get a little bit of background music. Right, a fifth. So that's the biggest interval in one hand, or for now at least. It's just if we're going by everything it gets note, then it's our largest interval. So it will always be thumb to pinky or pinky to thumb. Yeah. And we can read them as they are line to line or space to space with a large jump. So it's similar to a third in some ways, but you can tell the difference because it's usually quite a large jump in between. So I'll play this song. You can play your own song at home. And the main thing is that we are reading what a fifth is, and also what a fifth looks like in a chord, as fourths and fifths can get a little bit mixed up, but usually you can tell because of the top note and bottom note matching in line or space notes. Anyways, here is this song. Cool. Also, fifths are very nice. Fifths and thirds will always sound quite pretty sound because it's I can't explain to you the science behind it, but when we're looking at chords, they're usually thirds and fifths are what defines a chord. Also, just a small revision if we never explained what chords are before. It is when more than one note is played at once. So this is a chord. This is a chord. That's a chord. Yeah. Whenever there's more than one note, it's considered a chord. And chords are usually made of both a fifth and a third. Sometimes it could be either or, but that's why they sound quite nice and whole sounding. Yeah. We're going to move on to the next thing. I don't know if I should play through these songs just because they don't really match up with the ones in your book, but the progression should be the same. Next thing we'll do is G position. So before we were in C, but now we're going to go to G position. So what that looks like is our right hand is going to go thumb on G. This is right above middle C. And then our left hand is going to go on this G down here. So it's not this one. This is probably what you would assume to be, but it's the one right under, which is here. Yeah. This song should be the same in the other book. So we're just going up the scale, pretty much up the fingers and then going down. So this is how this song sounds. Cool. Just watch out the end there. It doesn't all go all the way up. This is a good chance to talk about a couple rhymes. So you can write this down as I go. So for the right hands, we're going to use face for space. So if we have these four notes, yeah, we can do just reminding that it's in the right hand or the treble clef. Treble clef. F, A, C, E. Yeah. So that's for the spaces, face for space. It rhymes. And from there, you could work out pretty much every other note here by just picking the nearest one and going either up or down the alphabet. If you prefer to get the notes, if you prefer to just know the line notes as a rhyme also, then we can go with every good boy does fine. There's also every good boy deserves fruit, or like a few other variants of the rhyme. If you search up music reading rhymes, I think it'll come up. But this is for the right hand, so every good boy does fine. E, G, B, D, F. Yeah. And then for the left hand, we have these ones. So all cows eat grass. So A, C, E, G. Same goes for the lines. If you prefer to just memorize one and work it out afterwards, that's fine. Or you can get the line notes, which is this is a funny one. Good burritos don't fall apart. Now, these are the ones that I used when I was around 7 or 10, so they are quite dated. I think there's more modern ones that are a little bit easier than good burritos don't fall apart, but this is what what goes to my head when I'm using these rhymes to work it out. So if I give an example now, let's say this is right hand, so we're trying to work out this top note here, and we don't know it. The top note is this one, by the way. Then I am going to, there's two methods I can use. I could either choose to use the face, which is F, A, C, E, and what letters between C and E? D, so there we go, there we have D. Or we could use the other method, which was every good boy does fine. So it just depends on if you prefer to know the rhymes or if you prefer to work it out with the alphabet. Cool. So the reason why I wanted to go through that was that now that we have a lot more notes here inside the staff, this is called staff. So the lines are called staff. This thing here, whole thing is called a grand staff. Don't need to remember that. It's just more like a technical thing. But since we have more notes in the lines, I'll say that's probably a bit easier. It's kind of important that we know the couple rhymes just so we can work out the notes a little bit easier, especially when it starts jumping around a little bit. But I reckon that should be pretty simple. Or G position, you will get used to it quite quickly. Jingle bells. I know this one's in the other book, so I will play it for you. I suggest with this one, it's quite long, so go through it separate hand at once. So I'm just going to start on my right hand and play it through all the way. I just realized this is a bit easier than the one in your book. It might look a bit different. So I think it does some funny stuff in your book. So if there's anything confusing, we can look through it next week. Play it through again anyways. If I remember correctly, I think the left hand is a little bit more tricky, but that should be fun. The right hand is the exact same, so I reckon that it should still be quite similar. If you don't want to learn the left hand just yet, then we can leave it, leave it till next lesson. But let's see. Do I have time to explain this next thing? Maybe I'll just leave it then because we went through quite a few things of fifth and G position today. And next week, if we get through everything, we'll look into sharps and flats, which is super interesting. But all right, good luck this week, and I will see you next week then. Bye, Jess.